Why does it already say we've been live for like 40 seconds? Did you
Time
guys notice that?
flies. That's
Time flies when we're waiting to go into a
I
stream.
hope not, because we were talking about
I know.
stuff.
But
It
what
only
is...
says 30 for me, so I think we're good.
Yeah.
It says 52 seconds for me. I don't know why. So bizarre. But anyway, we are back finally. Well, you guys were you guys on last week or the week
2
before that?
weeks. 2 weeks ago.
Okay. Well, we're probably gonna hopefully start, settling into a regular regimen again. We're later than usual because of myself again. It's always my fault. But it's always nice to hear the Evil Ewok theme. Just have it playing because it's been so long. Luckily, it's shorter than last time. It wasn't last time. We had like what,
6 months off,
7 months. Yeah,
We're doing better. We're making improvements.
and people like start thinking we're just giving up or not making content anymore, but that's
We
not
broke
true.
up.
Yeah, we just had to
the band
move.
back.
We had the process of moving. I moved. Zach moved.
In a way,
Cat-
y'all did break up.
Yeah,
You're not together anymore.
yeah. We don't share a bed anymore. So
Never. We had those beautiful 9 months though.
Yeah, it was. Was it 9 months?
It was like something like that.
I feel like you were gone for 3 of them, so it was like
Yeah.
6 months for you. It was basically like a 6-month vacation in SoCal for you.
It was.
But now you're. I'm gonna dox you and tell everyone your exact address. But now you're up
You
there.
don't know my exact address.
Now you're up there closer to Cat, which is nice.
Woohoo!
You guys can chill, and I can just be all alone down here.
On a toilet.
Get started early.
Dude, he brought a toilet with him with a robe instead of a chair, just as like a troll move. Hello, welcome. We'll just chill till all you guys pop in, but let's talk. Or
Doing well,
Danny.
Danny. Doing well.
Daddy!
It's hot though. It's very hot.
I know.
Yeah, I'm the only one with the space AC over here with a jacket.
Yeah, what?
I like wearing hoodies, okay?
Why don't you climb on down from your throne, Your Highness? And...
Literally, I just have to walk outside this door and I'm like, okay, I'm taking my jacket off now. Way too hot.
And I'm sweating.
Oh.
I had to shut my window because this freaking helicopter kept circling over my house
Those
for no reason.
LAPD choppers. They are literally always out. It's the Wild West out here. We need those choppers.
I guess so.
How is sound at your apartment?
Mine?
Yeah.
It's fine. That was the only
thing.
I thought it was a plane, and I was like, I've never heard planes flying over before. And then I looked out the window, and it was just this helicopter going in circles.
It's like, we know Zach just moved in, so
Yeah.
fly around.
FBI's most wanted.
Is your sound okay, Kat? You're high up too, aren't you?
Yeah, so we're a little bit. We don't get much street level noise, but you know how it is. It's never completely silent in these parts, living in a city.
How are your floor mates and like the level below you and above you? Are they like loud?
Sometimes. Not always. Only if they have their windows open, and then we can hear whatever. But actually, no, they've been pretty good. Actually, no, I lied. Take everything I just said back, because somebody just got a new dog somewhere in the vicinity of our apartment, and it sounds like a Chihuahua. I think need I say more? I think everybody knows what a Chihuahua sounds like. Mm-hmm. That little yippee sound. So, I'm trying. My latest project has been trying to track where is this Chihuahua coming from. So that's what's causing the most. No.
I think the only thing worse than a Chihuahua is a beagle. Like if you had a beagle in an apartment and it's just like
what
screaming everywhere.
You don't like beagles? Oh, beagles?
No. I mean, like in terms of like noise, like they just need to like walk, otherwise they'll be like loud all the time.
Oh, I didn't know they make a lot of noise pollution. Those beagles.
Yeah, they do.
Chad,
no.
Kat, you had a new film?
Oh yeah. I was like, wait, what?
you're
no, it's
like,
the one that I filmed in back in May.
Oh, the same one?
Yeah, so they just released the trailer today. So I think the film itself is coming out sometime in the fall. So yes, I'm totally short circuited for a second. I was like, new film, but
Can you
yeah.
send that to me after?
I will. Yes,
Okay,
I
I'll
will.
check it out.
Me too.
Yeah.
Just don't send it to Zach. Send it to just me,
Oh,
and then I'll
yeah.
tell him about it. I'll tell him like I'll give him like the cliff notes.
Just
of,
give me the play-by-play.
So
Describe
at
it to me.
like a minute 2, Cat does like this awesome thing, and then you're like, oh, sick. Thanks, dude.
I could just picture it. If only I could watch it.
Don't worry. When the film comes out, he'll describe that whole thing to you as well. So
Sean,
How are we gonna be
describe
able to see
you.
it?
I can't make any guarantees. I don't really fully know. So I'm gonna wait to publicize that until I know, because I don't want to spread lies. I don't want to be like, yeah, you'll be able to watch it here, and then it doesn't happen. So
It's like, yeah,
trust
just
me,
pay
I will be.
pay me a fee, and I will tell you how to watch it.
I'll tell you. There's a password.
Where like, is it relatively high budget? Like, do you know if they're trying to sell it to studios, or can you even disclose any of that? Or are you just
No, I'd say it's indie, definitely like indie film style genre. From what I had been told by the director, he is hoping to try to get like theatrical release, which would be very cool. But again, don't take my word for that. I don't know if that is a guarantee. But where are all of these 9 accounts coming from?
Don't worry about it.
Yeah, we just won't even worry about it.
it.
The real question is, do we still Battlefront 2?
I played the campaign once. I never played.
You don't play online? I played.
No.
I mean, I know Kat maybe still does sometimes.
Nah.
No.
It's
If she had Xbox, I'd play with her every day, but she doesn't. So.
Oh.
Yeah.
Hey, you gotta get on our level, all right? You gotta come to reality and join the PlayStation.
If a viewer wants to send me a PlayStation, I'll do it. But other than that, I'm not gonna buy a PlayStation.
Anybody have a spare
Anyone have a spare?
PS5 laying around?
Yeah, they're really hard to get. PS5. Can you send me one real quick.
Or we could do PCs.
That's a different. I don't.
You can use a
controller.
controller. You can use a controller.
Is Battlefront
what you can
cross-platform? Yeah, you can. You can use a controller on PC.
Yeah.
I used Xbox on PC for Lego Star Wars when I was doing the stream.
Dude, you're a scrub.
It's actually harder to use a controller than
it is.
mouse.
But if you're
good
not
on
used
controllers,
to it,
yeah, I'm like still used to controllers, so I can't ever go back. Vacation Vader.
there's a lot.
Have you
of
guys seen the new
interesting-
Lego thing?
No.
No.
Is it on Disney Plus?
Yeah.
Oh, that thing? No, I don't really plan to.
Yeah, I heard it was like a promotion for Galaxy's Edge, pretty much. So.
Oh, was it? I heard there were promos for the Star Cruiser.
Yeah.
As well. I could be lying. Also,
yeah,
it's
that's what I heard. I haven't done any research, so I could just be a
Yeah.
total moron right now. But that's just what I'm hearing, like from other people. Like it's like, oh, it's just one big promo for the kids for Galaxy's. Wait, what is it called? Galactic Star Cruiser. I'm forgetting what it's called.
It has a name. Halcyon.
Halcyon.
Cruiser.
But no. But like if you were to book it, it would be called the Star Cruiser, wouldn't it? Or is it called the Halcyon now?
No, it's called the Star Cruiser, I think.
But when you go on it, they
It's
call
the
it
Halcyon. Yeah.
Okay, so when you're
so you don't
immersed
get
into
the
it-
name until you're there.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's Star Wars Galactic Star Cruiser, an immersive adventure at Walt Disney World.
Galactic Nut. Yeah.
Has anyone been? Like, does anybody know anyone who's gone? This includes people in the
Well,
chat.
I've been standing. Me and Amanda, every time we go to Disneyland, or like anything related to Disney, we're always right behind those people that we were talking about on the Star Cruiser.
like TikTokers?
Remember, yeah, like those TikTokers. We were right behind them in line twice, and they were holding up the line doing TikToks. But like, I just find that so funny that we've just been behind them every single time. Almost like, it's like no one recognized them. So it's like, I feel like if Theory was like in line anywhere, they'd be like, oh shit. Because like they have the same number of
think so.
followers, but I think YouTube subscribers is like a much bigger, like less kid base, I guess. Like there's more like
I think
actual
so.
people, right? And it might be
Yeah.
bots too on TikTok because it's Chinese. So there could be some bots also. Who knows?
Oh.
I'm curious about like the actual numbers once they actually get that installed. But yeah.
Yeah. No, I'd say that's accurate. That's like the one redeeming quality about YouTube, I feel like these days in the grand scheme of the pyramid of like social media platforms. I think YouTube fans are still like it's easier to have a more actually like interactive and faithful fan base on YouTube, like because people dedicate more time to watching your content versus
Yeah.
TikTok. It's like anyone could watch. Your clip could have millions of views, but it could be from
Yeah.
just a random pool of people that aren't gonna check out the rest of your content.
Yeah, it's a really good point. Like it's like kind of just, retention or quick like attention span content that you're not actually intrigued by who's making it. You're just more intrigued with, the idea of it and keeping your retention for like the 7 seconds or 30 seconds that you watch it for.
Yeah.
But I want to talk
Star Wars
about
obsession.
Hondo really quick. I'd love to see Hondo in live action. Speaking of this, the only thing is Johnny Depp wouldn't be coming back to Disney, so we wouldn't have Johnny Depp as Hondo.
Johnny Depp shouldn't play Hondo.
He
I
should
think
play
that's
Hondo.
like that would be terrible.
No, I think that'd be great.
I think people just want him to play that because it's similar to Jack Sparrow, and you should not cast like that.
No, every character he's ever played is all similar to Jack Sparrow, and that would be similar to what he's already done. Like like the Tim Burton things he's done, anything where he has to put on a weird costume and act weird, it's all like one character. So I think like
Edward Scissorhands is not the same thing as Jack Sparrow. Like, not even close.
Well, Scissorhands is different. Scissorhands is different. But he's a very diverse actor. I mean, the Taurus, like he can do a lot of different things, and I think that he would be great as Hondo, but he's obviously not going to. So I guess the next thing is who would actually be a good Hondo if not for.
I don't know if I want
Johnny
a Hondo to be like recognizable.
That's what I'm
like,
saying.
For example, if Cad Bane had rolled in and we were like, "That's so and so," it would just take me out
That's
of it.
Tom Cruise.
It's just Tom Cruise and Mission Impossible get up.
Yeah.
Like they call him Hondo though, and they're just like, wait, that's not Hondo. That's just Tom
That's
Cruise.
just Tom Cruise.
What's up, Obsession? Welcome, dude. It's been a long time. Long time. How's X-Wing? I hope he's doing better. Word on the street is his name is Grandpa Grumpy or something.
I think is that not self? I feel like that's his self-professed title.
If that's what he calls himself, then
I could be wrong. I feel like I've heard him
Jim
say
Cummings.
Yeah, that's true. They could do the same thing they did with Cad Bane.
That's actually really true.
Tom Cruise is Les Grossman. That is like his best role ever. I'll die on that hill.
My guy is good. He's getting married soon. Wait, X-Wing's
Oh my
getting
gosh,
married?
that's right. He is.
I thought he was already married.
No, I thought so too.
I thought he was already. Doesn't he calls her Mrs. X-Wing?
He does.
Oh, but they weren't married yet. Okay.
I mean, I've been engaged for a while. I think so. He got
Oh yeah, I guess that's okay. Does Tom call you Miss? Wait, what's his last name?
No,
Tom.
She calls him Mr. Catherine LaSalle.
Mr. Catherine LaSalle.
It's like
I get used to it.
Like this is like he starts a stream. He's like, "Oh, Mrs. Tom is here," because he doesn't actually have a last name. So that's
Yep, people just know him as Tom.
I'm trying to remember his last name now. Hold on, don't tell me.
Grand
It
Moff
is
Tom.
Grand Moff Tomkin.
Yeah, you got it. Grand Moff Tom. Pablo Hidalgo Sr.
Oh,
We've been gone for that long?
I think we have.
We've been gone far too long. Pablo Hidalgo's an old man.
He had a son named Pablo Hidalgo.
Plot twist: we've actually, while we were moving, we all three of us individually went through a wormhole, and time went by way faster.
Yeah, it's
we
like
stayed the same.
Interstellar.
Yeah, like we spent time on a different planet for so long, and then we came back in our dreams, and we didn't know what was happening. It's been 80 years.
This little maneuver is gonna cost us 80 years.
That's a Titanic? Wait,
Yeah,
that's Titanic.
That's Titanic, right? Yeah.
Yeah. I love that someone took the time to Photoshop that.
Who is Pablo Hidalgo? That's the real question. As well as who is Fulcrum?
I like to think
Questions
there's a
of the
bit of
day.
Pablo Hidalgo in all of us. As much as we might hate to admit it, I think we could always find a bit of Pablo in us.
Inside all of us, one way or
Yeah.
another.
Like how Ashley Eckstein says we are all Ahsoka, we are all Pablo Hidalgo.
Fair enough. I could summon my inner Pablo sometimes. Like I can
You
stack rocks
do.
pretty well.
I've seen you do it.
Yeah. Like I go
Stack
outside.
rocks.
I go outside, close my eyes. I don't even know where I'm going, and I'm still able to stack rocks really well. I'm like a Jedi at stacking rocks.
Oh my god.
It's still trapped.
It's been 80 years. No, it's like 84. She says 84. doesn't she?
84 years.
It's
Yeah.
been 84 years.
Pablo, how's your son? I'm assuming there's a Pablo Hidalgo Jr.
I'm waiting for the next account to pop up.
I know.
While we're waiting for the next account to pop up, should we get into
I feel like we should.
Andor?
Yeah.
That was a long segue. That was like a 20-minute segue.
10 days ago, new Andor trailer came out.
I'll pull it up.
We have yet to convene and talk about it. So I guess we could do that because it's a bit of a dry spell still in the land of Star Wars. I don't think we get Andor until next month. Isn't it like late next month? It's like September
The
20th.
Yeah.
21st.
I was so enthralled by the trailer that I didn't even care or notice that it had gotten pushed back.
Yeah.
And I felt like an idiot because I was like, oh my gosh, it's like first few days of August. It's the month of Andor. Let's go. I literally like
And House
said
of the
that.
Dragon. I
And
was
House of
like
the Dragon.
House of the Dragon, Andor, and no, Handmaid's September. But yeah, we'll talk about Handmaid's later. But
Alex, should we do watch party?
just me and you, I'm just sitting there like all invested about feminism. That would be
Truly.
hilarious. I like wear
Let's
one of
do
those
it.
like pink vagina hats that a lot of the
Oh
professors wear.
my gosh.
I have to. But it wouldn't be for the sake of making fun of. I would be all about it because I believe in equality.
Yes. Yes.
Wink, wink. No, I'm
Of
just
course.
kidding.
Jesus
I'm
Christ.
just kidding.
And Cobra Kai. Yes, we're literally
Cobra
seeing, like,
Kai.
we're in a dry spell now, but
Okay,
we're,
I'll
like,
watch it.
We're in the calm before the storm this fall because we are literally going to have episodes like House of the Dragon's going to be Sundays. Andor's going to continue through November because it's 12 freaking episodes.
We get 3 episode premiere.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but they released like the episode chart, I think like this week, and it goes into November. I'm like, sweet Lord, which is really kind of nice because with Kenobi, it was amazing, obviously, but we all kind of realized at the beginning, we were like, the show's going to be over in like 3 weeks. Andor, it's like, oh my gosh, we have like 3 months
Yeah.
of content.
Like, I don't know what we're gonna do with ourselves.
All right, poll is live. Will Alex get himself canceled before the stream ends? Yes, no, or he's already canceled.
Oh my gosh.
How can you cancel one that's uncancelable?
I
I was like trying to do the South Park thing.
South Park thing, yeah. How do you kill one who
One
has
that
no
has no
life?
life. But speaking of like Cobra Kai, I haven't seen any of it yet. But is it actually worth like I remember I watched an episode and I just wasn't into it. But is there like what about it is so intriguing? Like how would you market it to me to watch it? Like why should I watch it?
Are you a Karate Kid fan? Do you like the Karate Kid franchise?
Never
Yeah.
seen it.
Oh, you've never seen them?
Never
Really?
seen him.
Like I've only seen the Jaden Smith one.
Wax on, wax off.
Okay, then that's why you couldn't get into
No,
it.
I'm just kidding.
because-
No, I was kidding. I was saying that's what Zach was gonna say.
Yeah, but I think that's one of the most
So it has
appealing
that vibe
parts.
because it has the same actors, right? So it has like that.
Yes,
It's kind of like a
yes.
throwback. But I'm so tired of just seeing franchises being reboot and nothing new. So that's kind of like
It's very. I wouldn't call it a reboot because, I mean, I guess essentially it is.
well, I mean,
does
it
a good
isn't, but it
job of-
is.
Yeah, in
Right.
a way, it's kind of just like legacy story. Grandpa Zach. Oh my god,
Is that Robin Williams?
Zach
Christ.
Rose.
I look like Robin Williams with a mustache.
Is Robin Williams Italian?
I don't think so.
Is his real name Zach Cantrell? By the way, didn't he die today or yesterday?
Robin Williams?
Yeah, hold on.
Oh,
The
like you mean years
anniversary?
ago?
Yeah, like the anniversary.
That sounds right, actually.
That's like Amanda's favorite, and I think she was just talking about that. The
Look how
11th.
young.
Oh yeah, it was today.
Look how young I was.
Is this future me?
Grandpa
That's-
Zach is in the wormhole.
You're gonna be Robin Williams in 50 years, 60 years.
God damn. I don't like that. I don't like that at all.
The lighting's just too good. He had to grab your face and Photoshop it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't blame him.
Cobra Kai is a show full of relationship breaking up and rejoining every 3 seconds with some OG character drama. So it's like 90210, but with Karate Kid.
Like
Kind of.
It's a soap opera with karate.
Yeah, high school
and
drama
kids.
and kids. Yes, I will say Cobra Kai. I really appreciate this show because it breaks the typical Hollywood trend of casting like 30-year-old actors to be high schoolers, and you don't think you're watching high school because they literally are 30-year-olds. The Cobra Kai cast is like actual teenagers, which I feel like just like makes it even better when they're having these like kick-ass like karate scenes. Like similarly to how like the Queen's Gambit made everybody want to learn how to like play chess, like Cobra Kai makes me want to learn how to do karate because these kids are like, it makes karate seem like cool. It's like this would never happen in the real world, just gangs of kids breaking out in fights and doing karate on each other. But that's what makes it so great. Like you have to just put aside the realism aspect and just enjoy the
Gotcha.
karate drama. That's what's so enjoyable about it.
I'll never have a family, Grandpa Zach.
Taking my family away to Star Cruiser one night is on sale for $6,000 a person.
Right.
Sale. It's the clearance price.
But yes, so I'd like to actually talk about this. Do you guys see Prey or no?
I did see Prey.
Do
You
you
haven't
have
seen
to
it?
watch Predator in
No.
order
No.
to watch it?
No.
So I will enjoy it even if I
Yeah.
haven't seen Predator.
Yeah.
I
Okay.
loved it, dude.
I
thought it was
really
great.
want to watch it.
I thought it was is obviously not as good as the original, but it's leaps and bounds better than any other Predator movie besides that. Like
So
How many
I-
Predator
easily.
movies are there?
there's
There's a
one,
few.
two.
The newest one is the Adrian Brody one, right?
No, the newest one is the one with the dude from Logan and Narcos. It's the Shane Black one a couple of years ago. It was awful. Terrible movie.
Oh, maybe that's why I never heard of it.
The Adrian Brody one wasn't too bad, but I think there's like 5 now. Plus the Alien versus Predator movies, which are also terrible. But yeah, it was like easily the second best one.
Wow.
Yeah, I think like just from a perspective of someone, because Amanda hasn't seen any of them, and she loved that one, and then she went and watched like the old ones and she hated them. So I think like from
Really?
like a kind of new age, like we're so used to like good effects and cool cinematic camera movements that like I think it's a good way to get people back into the franchise. So I'm excited to see what they do more with the whole Predator and Alien, and then maybe I don't want to see any more Alien. I'd love to see just another AVP if that's possible. With today's tech, I think that'd be pretty cool. But I would say watch it, Kat, for sure.
The first
Yeah.
one's a classic. Like
Yeah, I loved it. I love it
it's
too.
So quotable, and like you got the Dylan, you son of a bitch line. Like that's become a meme with the.
But not everyone are cinephiles like we
I
are,
know, but it's like I don't know. It's just a fun '80s action movie
yeah.
where like Arnold Schwarzenegger is not like this powerhouse. He's like there's someone stronger than him, and it's like it's interesting in that regard. Like he gets thrown around
neat.
like a rag doll because the Predator's huge. But no,
Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
Prey was fantastic. I'd heard a lot of good things about it, and it definitely met expectations. It was fantastic.
What would you give it out of 10?
Probably an 8.
Yeah, I'd give it like I was like at like an 8.5, and then the second half was kind of like a little like I don't know. It felt like it was the first half was like progressing really well, and then it kind of stayed in one spot, and then it felt unfinished a little bit weirdly. Like even though the way it ended, it just felt like it wasn't a full film in a weird way. I don't know if you got that vibe at all. I felt like there wasn't enough kind of going on. It was kind of like the same thing for just like a longer part of the second half.
I think it ended very abruptly, but
yeah, it felt unfinished to me, but it was still great. I still gave it like an 8.
The action sequences were so good.
Yeah, Yeah, just the Predator wrecking shit.
Yeah,
It's
and I
just
liked
so
how
cool.
he got like more careless as it went on. Like he was like with every fight he had, he got more like reckless and just like, I don't care, I'm gonna let things hit me and bite
Yeah,
me.
he's
and
like, I'm
stuff.
gonna kill them all anyway. I don't give a
Yeah.
shit.
Yeah. But yeah, definitely recommend.
There was one thing
I-
that was a big surprise too that happened in there.
Yeah,
That you
yeah,
watched.
yeah. I want to know, Sal, did you Sal said he watched that Prey first and then the original Predator. Which did you like more, Sal?
Also, thanks, Charlie.
Yeah, thanks,
Appreciate it,
Charlie.
dude.
Did it? Is there any particular reason? Does anybody know why Prey went straight to streaming and not theatrical release?
It was Netflix, right?
Hulu.
I think Hulu, which is especially. I haven't heard of Hulu releasing any like big original movies like
Yeah,
this.
it's
maybe they're outbidding theatrical releases.
It's their biggest straight to Hulu release of all time.
Oh wow!
Yeah, and I think easily. I can't think, like you said, I can't think of anything else.
Do you think streaming services are now just outbidding theatrical releases? Like they're just able to, maybe pay more to have it on their platform?
I don't know.
Because it seems like that's kind of where things are going lately. Aside from like the obvious, like, artists in filmmaking, like $200 million budget, like films.
Yeah,
which by the way, Oppenheimer too.
Yeah, well, we gotta wait like a year for that. Yeah. They dropped the trailer. I was like, ooh, when's this coming? And it was like 2030.
You'll be dead when it comes out.
It comes out when KOTOR comes out.
It's just like KOTOR and Eclipse. Yeah. Only when both of those have come out will
released when both of those have released.
What the hell kind of release date is that?
Like, what's Star Wars?
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, Oppenheimer will be cool. I always love his quote, "Now and become death, destroyer of worlds." Like it's
that's
pretty
interesting.
Pretty deep thing to say.
Well, if you're gonna create the most deadly weapon ever, you gotta say something cool.
You have to have a good comment.
You gotta have a banger line.
Just a casual
should not
line
be laughing.
With no
should
reaction.
Not be laughing.
Princess Yue is going to be that chick who played in Prey, which is, I mean, she was good.
Sweet.
Did you think she was good, Zach?
Yeah, I thought some of the I thought the brother was good. I thought she was good. I thought all the other like young men actors were pretty bad from the tribe. I thought they were like pretty bad, but like her and the brother were good.
Yeah.
And that's pretty much it in terms of like significant acting roles in the movie. And the dog was great.
Yeah, through the whole time. Oh wait, sorry, I won't even. I'm gonna spoil it. I don't want to say
it. And now I'm tempted to film a reaction to it because I'm seeing like rave reviews about it online. People saying it's like
it was like
things.
Just something we needed, I think, in that space.
Interesting.
And I'm glad we got it. To be honest, I'm so used to seeing things either get ruined or not be good enough, and this one for sure was good enough. So I'm really happy about that.
I think one of the biggest things that I liked about it was that it didn't try to explain anything. Like I feel like with outlandish concepts, movies often try to go out of their way to explain why this crazy fantastical thing is happening, and it's a detriment to the movie. Whereas like Prey, it just is like, yeah, there's a alien hunting all kinds of things, deal with it. It's like, we're not going to explain it. We're not going to explain why he's here. You know why he's here. But like that's the previous Predator movie just got too like complex and like, oh, we're creating Predator hybrids and blah blah blah. It's like, what are you doing? Like just have a simple movie that takes place in the 1700s with the Native American tribe. It like the setting is so cool. It's just such a simple movie, and it was great. Yeah.
Oh, so it's not even meant to be like a fantastical world. It takes place on
it takes place in the Great Plains in 17 or whatever.
Oh wow.
New World.
That actually really is enticing because I didn't know if it was meant to be like
it's like a period
piece
or like, if you will.
Yeah.
But with aliens. Oh
yeah.
Okay. Or the Predator rather.
Yeah. Which he
is an alien, yeah.
Oh man.
Which is like so funny to me. It's like Alien versus Predator, but they're both aliens. So it's like the alien versus the alien predator. Or wait, they're called? Necromorphs? Well, is that what they're called? Xenomorphs.
Xenomorphs, yeah.
Yeah, so like it should be like Xenomorph versus Predator or something, but that's not marketable. It's too
Doesn't roll off
it's
the
too much.
tongue.
It's too much.
Should we talk about Andor?
Oh yeah.
I know.
Also, John Wick 4 is coming. Yes, I'm excited for that
Yes.
too. Like, how do we? So Zach, this layout looks different. How do you pull up like a file or like a screen cap?
You want to share your screen,
Whoa.
or like what are you
I
trying?
don't
to
know. Like there used to be like a little drop down. Oh, it's because my screen is so big now. Hold on. Never mind. Continue.
It's not us. It's you.
It's me.
But yeah, Andor trailer came out 10 days ago.
10 years. It's been 10 years.
10 years ago. It's been 10 years.
What did you guys think? What are your general thoughts?
I want to hear your thoughts, Zach. You go first.
Damn, you'd me. I think obviously, and we'll talk about this late in a second because it's one of the other topics I have for today. But when you watch this trailer, and coming off of like Kenobi, and like this is what we kind of feared, it looks so much better. Like just visually, the production quality. Like, could you go back a shot or two, Alex, to the like opening shot?
Oh, it looks like Lord of the Rings.
It looks like exactly.
Yeah.
That's what I was gonna say. It looks like Lord of the Rings. Like
it's beautiful.
And it came out that they're not using the volume for this, and it's like it shows. Look at this. Like this looks like a movie. It looks amazing. Everything in the trailer looks high quality. It looks like it's like the difference between a middle schooler's paper and then like a college paper. Like it's unfortunate because like Obi-Wan Kenobi, we've said this before, top 5 character for most people, top 5 most important characters in the Star Wars universe, and they get outclassed by a show about Andor, a character who was not even the main character in the movie he appeared in and then died. I don't understand why they kind of allowed this to happen, but in terms of Andor, it looks great. I'm really excited for it. I loved the trailer. I love the music. I love the imagery. I love that they're not relying on the volume. And I love that we're going to see Coruscant. That's a big thing for me.
That's a win. That is a
100%. Are you sure it's not that one place? I always forget the name of that one.
Tatooine.
Oh God! I swear.
We've moved the Senate to Tatooine.
No, Dayu, right?
Yeah.
Are you sure it's not Dayu? I'm pretty sure it's Dayu, dude.
No way.
No.
Pretty sure it's Dayu, bro.
No way, dude.
I'm kidding. But you know what that says, though? I feel like this just means that there's probably quite a big disconnect of departments or something in terms of budget allocation. Because I just feel like it's like this team probably was put on by like kind of everyone was on board with this, and Kenobi was like, if anything, like kind of an afterthought, or like it wasn't an afterthought. They had it kind of planned. They're like, oh yeah, we'll do this. And then they had like the budget teams. They're like, oh, but we already put all of our budget for this one. It's like, oh, okay, we'll just take what we have and do it with the volume and do it here. And like, oh, okay. That's what I mean. How else? It just seems like Andor was probably like the more planned out production, and then Kenobi almost feels like an afterthought, which is like fucking sad.
Doesn't make sense.
Doesn't make any sense. It's the most backwards thing I've ever heard in my entire life.
Because if you had done a poll a year ago and said which upcoming Star Wars series are you the most excited for, Obi-Wan Kenobi would have won by a country mile. Like it would have been like 95% for Obi-Wan, 5% for Andor. So I don't know, like if there's a disconnect. My question is like how are you getting this conclusion that this is what we want prioritized over like Kenobi? It's baffling.
It is. It's so uncivilized.
So uncivilized.
Yeah, I agree. I'm trying to fight the urge of being jealous of Andor on behalf of Kenobi. And I feel like I'm trying to just reframe my perspective to be all Star Wars deserves this treatment. Like, regardless of the character or who it's about, like, I'm thrilled to see that this show is looking this freaking amazing. And I believe even during pre-production and during production, they were saying like they are approaching this with the feature film mindset. And it was so amazing to see like what Sal, I think, said. They used all like practical sets, like, because that's what I'm curious. Like, we've seen the volume do such great things. Like for Mandalorian, like you would think those places are so real that like when they actually went and shot on like real locations, it almost was like a disconnect because we were like, this like the stuff in the volume looks more realistic than even real life to some degree. And that did not seem to be the case with Kenobi, but I'm trying to just be like, I'm happy for Andor. Like, even though, it's like, but I feel like based on the trailer, and correct me if I'm wrong, and I'm curious what you guys think, because this is going to be a 12 episode show, double the length of Kenobi, and we barely even see Cassian in either of the trailers, really. I think the show is going to follow a lot more storylines, and like, I think the show is going to be a vessel for like new characters, and it's not necessarily going to be Andor's story as much as it might follow other people, and he's going to come into to play perhaps, but I'm really excited to see some of the new faces in this trailer and focus more on like Mon Mothma and like the Senate. Like I want to get into that like political, like the socialites, like the politics, the Senate. Like I want to see more of that, especially in the era of the Empire now. Like I want to see how these like kind of grassroots, like what I think Stellan Skarsgård character is going to be. It seems like he's like a double agent, like he's a politician, but he's also trying to start a little bit of a rebellion here. So I'm excited. Like I'm just as sad as I am that Kenobi doesn't maybe look like this. I'm trying to just be like, I have to separate them in my mind and pit them against each other. Otherwise, I get too mad.
It's all Obi-Wan's fault. He's jealous.
He's holding me back. I was like thinking about this the other day, and to kind of backtrack just a little bit about like the reason why it looks weird is like I think the reason why Mando worked with the volume is because we've never seen Mando in an environment before. We've never seen Mando before at all. So like the idea of using the volume with him wasn't weird because we've never seen him in a cinematic environment. Like we've seen Kenobi in the prequels. We've seen how he looks when he's in environments. So it's like to have him in like a different kind of environment that's we're not used to, aside from like whether it's production issues or not, it being the volume and not shot on location or in a big set was definitely like it definitely took you out of it a bit. And I think that was like the biggest thing that I was thinking of, because like it looked good when he was in Inquisitorius, aside from
I
other issues that about the Inquisitorius. I think the fact that he was in a set looked better than any time.
I thought that set looked awful. They were like bland.
Really?
It just looked really bland to me. Aside from the whole like trophy room, that looks cool. But it just like it was a lot of like gray hallways, and I get it. It's like an Imperial facility, but like I don't know. Like it just seemed kind of dreary, and again, it's probably the point. But I don't know.
Yeah.
It just that set didn't do it for me. I didn't like how they shot at night so much. It was all grainy and dark, and it's like Alex and I were talking about this earlier. Like there's just a lot of gray in that show, and I don't need it to be like Felucia colorful, but just something.
I would like to see something in Felucia again.
Dude, that'd be so cool.
Live action Felucia.
They like desaturate it, and like they don't realize why there's fan backlash. Like I don't know what you guys are so upset about, and they make it political. It's like, dude, just make it colorful, god damn it. Shit. But yeah. Anyway,
that is a good observation, though, Zach. About none of the characters.
I do agree.
And even with Luke Skywalker, he was CGI'd anyway, so even for him, it didn't throw me off in any way. Seeing him in a volume setting, so that's actually a really good point.
It just
came down to it's also the camera, the way it was shot.
Yeah, it was an amalgamation of things. Like
it was like there was so many things that went wrong, but it's like the idea of him being in an environment that we're not used to seeing him in also was like a big thing that I kind of realized. Like Mando could have been in any environment at all and it would have been okay because it was the first time we've ever seen him. But they were also going pretty hard, I feel like, with Mando because it was like their first kind of dive into a new character and everything. So they had to do well. So they were more focused. And now they're like, everyone's going to watch Kenobi. So, we don't have to be as stressed out about it performing. That's kind of what I was maybe thinking about as well. Like from a marketing side, they're like, people are going to go see it.
And they did kind of delegate it to the beat. I don't want to be rude, but like it wasn't Filoni or Favreau working on it. It was it was Deborah Chow, and it felt like they kind of delegated the B team to handle Kenobi while Filoni and Favreau worked on things like Ahsoka or Mandalorian season 3, and those things look amazing. The Mandalorian season 3 leaked trailer that I saw, like it was a crummy quality video.
Yeah,
but
I
like,
wish you could have seen that with us.
Yeah,
It
Kat and I were
looks so good.
Kat and I were talking about it 2 weeks ago. It looks incredible.
Yeah.
I'm
It
sure
looks
Ahsoka
insane.
is gonna look incredible, and then Kenobi just doesn't, and it's something I don't think I'll ever get over. But pushing that all aside, I'm very excited for Andor. I mean, this looks incredible. Like,
Looks great, doesn't it? Like, look at the AK.
yeah, and we're getting some phase 2 clones. It looks like in one of these shots they're marching past
Look at that though.
the quarry.
Yeah. Do you guys think we are going to see Palpatine in this show?
I
fucking
hope
hope
so.
not.
It would. You hope not?
I don't want to see. I don't want to see the Emperor.
I do. I think it would make sense. I want to see like
It
what
would
the
make sense, but I
political-
don't. I'm over it.
I
Like
want the
I feel like
political
he's like
scene.
he's so like ahead of himself now that he doesn't even need to be a part of politics. He's just like I trained
Oh.
everyone how to do it. They can do it.
Like he can be
themselves.
so handoff at
Yeah,
this
he's
point.
like I don't even care. I'm just gonna chill in my fucking.
I'm going to
throne.
watch my telenovelas.
With my hot cocoa. Yeah, no, I think I don't think we'll see him, but I mean, if we do, I wouldn't be against it. But I feel like politically, he should have people that are doing that all for him now.
I'm very excited for him. I mean, fellow Game
Yeah.
of Thrones fans, he's phenomenal. So I'm
Yeah.
I hope he
What?
has a big role.
Qyburn? Isn't it Qyburn?
Pycelle?
Yeah.
Wait, no. Oh yeah,
Pycelle's,
Qyburn?
Yeah, Qyburn.
Qyburn, yeah.
Pycelle is the actor who plays General Veers in Empire Strikes Back with the
Oh, okay.
Yeah, the long beard.
yeah. He's also
Gotcha.
disgusting in Game of Thrones.
Yeah.
He's a god. I like this whole. I like this trailer's was great too. Like it was
So
different.
fat and satisfied.
It did not feel it didn't feel like a normal Star Wars trailer, which was kind
No,
of
it
cool.
doesn't.
No, the
You guys noticed
music.
that?
Yeah, the music doesn't sound like Star Wars, but it's
Yeah.
great.
It's
It's
awesome.
great and it works because it feels like it's the mysterious kind of incognito spy type of show,
Yeah.
which is kind of what was needed because it's not like the uplifting, grandiose Star Wars music. It's dark and gritty, which is what we need for sure. I'm tired of the children stories. We need something dark and deep that matches kind of how we feel growing up politically and everything else. So it's like the Empire's taking over all this shit.
That looks like Braca almost.
Yeah, it looks like they're salvaging stuff.
Death
There's an
Troopers.
actor in here.
Oh.
Who, yeah, those are the clowns.
Holy
yeah.
shit. I did not even notice that. You said that, but I never even noticed it. Whoa.
I like that we're getting more of that.
That is
Yeah.
so cool. What the fuck?
Oh,
Holy shit.
And you
That
can
is
just have
cool.
Tamora voice him. Like, Tamara's going to be in everything. He's got such a good gig.
yeah.
He's just like bigger than like there's one clone that's bigger than everyone else, and it's the one that he's the face for. And he's like it's still him now with like his Boba Fett scars and everything. And it's
Company!
like, aren't you
For the-
Boba Fett? It's
To
like
the Polynesian
no.
spa.
Oh my god. Oh,
I love how Stone says Cassian Andor. He says Cassian Andor.
Yeah.
Okay,
Cassian Andor.
I have a confession to make. I did not know that Stellan was Bootstrap's Bill. In,
Oh
Arthur
my
Kirby.
God.
I didn't know that until like
Oh
6
my
months
god,
ago.
I'm leaving.
I mean, he's
I'm
got so
signing
many
off.
prosthetics.
That's what I'm
on.
saying. I was a kid. I
You-
didn't know.
The voice,
I didn't
you know
who he
his
was.
voice and his eyes too. You
Part
can
of the
tell.
ship, part of the crew.
Oh,
Oh,
Also,
I need to
she-
rewatch those.
she hasn't been. She's always like a side character in everything. I
Who
think,
is
right?
she?
She was in. I think was it Fast and
Six
Furious franchise or which
Underground?
one?
She was in that Netflix film Six Underground. I think it was Michael Bay.
She's in another thing too, though, and she's always a side character in everything I've ever seen her in. Here,
It seems like she's potentially going to be a love interest. I don't know. That could just
Her
be a
name-
premature.
She's playing someone named Bix Colleen, apparently.
Bix Colleen.
Yeah, and I think they said K2SO is not going to be in this.
No, stop.
Yeah,
Oh, really?
he's not gonna.
can't.
He's not in season 1. I think they'll probably throw him in season 2 though.
That would make more sense. If it's like a 3-season show, he'd probably be in season 3, wouldn't he?
Did they
They weren't
say
together
They
very
3?
long.
capped it.
I thought it was 2, right?
I think they
Oh, it's 2
officially
total.
capped it at
Okay,
2,
so then
yeah.
probably season 2 then.
I kind of like that though going in because, for example, like with Kenobi, like
Yeah.
I think it's safe to say at this point the fate is it's just going to be one season and there won't be a second one. But like during the height of the show when everyone was tentative and thinking about if there could be a second season, like it's almost better to just watch knowing, I feel like, I don't know, for Star Wars at least, so I can just ease my mind
Oh,
and not let my
Morbius.
brain go running. She was in Morbius?
And Triple Frontier. That's yeah. She's always the love interest or the side character. in pretty much everything.
I've seen Triple Frontier. Okay.
Yeah.
I've seen her then.
Ben Affleck's wife, or was it someone else's wife? I don't remember.
She was the informant, I think,
Oh, that's right.
or something like that. She was working.
And she got
was
killed.
helping-
Didn't she get killed?
I thought she got away.
Spoilers.
I saw the movie one time like a year and a half ago. So
Yeah, it had so many good actors in it, but like it just that one. That was another example of a movie that was made and it felt like it was rushed. Just like it felt like it was good, but it didn't have that like, you know, like movie theater vibe. It just felt like it was very rushed and when it was made. And the second half moved really, really fast.
So one of the things that I'm hopeful this show's giving me hope for, at least, is one of the complaints I had with Bad Batch, where I wanted to see the state of the galaxy during these crucial times, and it looks like we're getting, if we're seeing the Phase 2 clones, I'm assuming we're going to be getting some early Empire stuff. So I hope that they show the change that the galaxy is undergoing a bit in whatever scenes we see those clones in, because Bad Batch didn't do that nearly as much as I wanted it to. I don't know about you guys, but
I agree. I was expecting a grittier, gritty for like, you know, Clone Wars Bad Batch arena as far as those shows could go. But like we saw that a little bit with the final season of Clone Wars. So I thought they were going to ramp it up, especially for this time period that Bad Batch, you know, takes place in. But I think it was still a very tame representation of what I wanted to see. I mean, not that it wasn't accurately depicting the time period, but I want to see a little bit more of just the absolute kind of the miserable, you know, just the state of,
especially how it started, Kat. Like the first episode with the whole Order 66 and Kanan running from, like it started so well, and I was like, okay, here we go. Like we're just continuing that feel of the last 4 episodes of the Clone Wars, and then it just became this like family adventure series with like Omega and the Bad Batch. Omega.
I do miss those days when we would
just
tick.
Those were fun days because we would always have a guest right before we watched the show.
That's true.
So we would have like our podcast, we'd talk about nonsense, and then we'd watch the episode and then make fun of Omega.
I was never making fun of
her.
We were laughing with her.
We
not
hate
at
her. We all hate her so much now. I love Omega. I remember looking. This still makes me laugh anytime I see like the old like predictions. Like I'm pretty sure there were jokes, but it showed like a picture of like Omega and then Palpatine. And it's like Omega Palpatine? And I was just like, what?
No, wasn't it Snoke? Was it?
No, it was that, but there was one where it was Sheev because it had like the outline of her hair and his hair. And I was just like, what? Like, is it a clone of Sheev? And then I was just like, okay.
The skin tone is not even remotely the
Oh
same.
my god.
Unless Sheev Palpatine was a Kiwi and he just somehow was able to.
When is Bad Batch season 2 coming out?
Don't worry.
Also
about it.
this year, right?
We'll get there when we get there.
Stop it.
Oh wait, yeah. Bad Batch season 2. I think I broke Kat.
Wait, am I missing something? Did I not hear something?
I told her not to worry about it.
I said, when's Bad Batch season 2 coming out? And Zach immediately.
Don't worry.
Immediately.
September 28th. It looks like.
It's gonna be. We're gonna have Bad Batch and Andor at the same time.
Yeah.
Hell
Well,
yeah.
how is that gonna happen?
Twofer McDoofer.
Make a Yoda on a chair.
I'm not gonna sleep for the next like 3 months. Oh my god!
We need
What-
someone to make us an animation of Yoda getting on a chair or something.
I know we
Just
have
like
to
I
have
wanna-
that as our like
like-
outro or something.
Or like anytime anyone like donates or does anything, we just play Yoda on a chair.
You know the grunting noises he makes when he's walking into like face Dooku, where he's like, "Urgh, urgh." His little cane. Like,
Oh.
I want
Oh my
those when he's
God.
climbing on the chair.
So someone just animate that and I'll edit the noises.
Oh gosh.
Someone please just learn Blender and make it for us.
Please. We're not asking for much.
Yeah, it's not like it's expensive or hard to do.
Help us.
I'm bringing
Okay.
it back.
Ooh, what are they building here?
Uh,
Those are those
I don't know.
Bodies
I think they're disassembling. If I had to, it looks like a scrapyard or something. I think this is probably the same planet we're seeing that one shot where they're that big shit. This one, yeah. I think it's the same thing.
This just occurred to me. Do you think there's any chance we could see Galen Erso in this show?
Ooh,
Or is this not an appropriate time period?
it
Because
would
it
be.
looks like it shows some of his childhood.
Jin would be grown up now, right?
She'd be. I don't think we'd see Jin, but Kat's right. We could see Galen, and
Yeah.
I guess we could see
I would
Krennic too.
love to.
Oh, yeah, we can see Krennic.
I would love to. Those were two
Yeah.
phenomenal characters that obviously, short lived.
Yeah,
I think if they're gonna give away Saw in a trailer, we're probably gonna see all of them.
I hope so.
know? Although he looks way older here than.
Did you come here to film me? Are we
This looks-
blind?
This looks so cool.
Oh yeah, dude, those look like freaking Kylo Ren's, like the top part of Kylo Ren's.
Yeah.
mask.
Yeah. That's so funny.
Actually looks just like it. That's
That was his
uncanny.
inspo.
They're like those officers, those officer guards in the front lines were like my biggest inspo. I love them.
They
It
were
wasn't
real
Vader,
stylish.
It was him.
Yeah, like he just has Vader. Someone's like, I don't know who this guy is, but I love those Imperial officers.
These look like gunships, dude. I thought this was Whitwer for a second. when I
Yeah,
first
so
saw
did
it.
I.
I was like, is that
the
Whitwer?
first time I saw it, I'm like, oh no, it's not. The chin's not
Yeah.
a butt chin. But it does look like. I wonder if they're like, hey, you kind of look like this one guy. I'm just gonna put you in there. Is that X-wing? No.
That's X-wing right there.
That's X-wing.
No, that's
Oh
that-
my.
no. That looks like Coruscant. I'm excited for the Mon Mothma.
Yes.
part.
Yeah, seeing like all the politics of how it all began and like the under the belly of society that's all wealthy and upper class people. I'm
Yeah.
excited.
But even like just the tease of her one line in this show, like knowing that people are going to be on to her and she has to keep up the act in order to, like, I don't know, be able to support the rebellion. Like, I'm excited to see how she's going to be kind of under pressure in the
You think we'll see?
political eye.
You think we'll see Bale? I think there's a chance we see Bale.
I would love to. They had him on set for
Smits.
Kenobi. They're like, can you walk over to the
Yeah.
stage real quick? I know they didn't film at the same time, but that would be funny. Clearly,
Well,
he
They're
was
like,
there.
all right, hey, Ewan, can you step off to the side? Cassie's gonna walk through here really quick.
You should get that hairstyle, Alex, with the little strand of hair.
Right here.
Oh my
Yeah.
gosh.
Okay. I like don't even object to it. They're like, okay, then I don't want you to do it because you actually want to. No, that would be so funny though. Like they're just like during the filming. The reason why the Kenobi series looks cheap is because whenever Andor set came on, they had to move. Like, all right, guys, we got the Andor set. Everyone get off, clear out.
We were
Filming.
initially gonna film this Vader versus Obi-Wan fight somewhere cool, but we had to settle for the back dirt lot because it got kicked off.
We had to film Cassian walking.
No.
Well, we had to do 20 takes of Cassian walking down an alleyway. So we had to move the fight of Vader versus Obi-Wan to a dirt lot.
No.
I love this. Is just so beautiful.
It's got to be so. I mean, she looks incredible, and it's just great timing that she's like the age that she would be like during this time period. Like,
Yeah.
it's got to be so awesome for her as an actress to like literally have just to cameo in like the prequels, and then like again in Rogue One, and like now have her own whole show. Like, that's what a journey.
It's like before, if you were cast in a Star Wars film, you're like, okay, this is probably the only time you're ever going to be. But
This
if
is
you
it.
are cast in a Disney Star Wars film, your character, if the show is popular, is probably going to be in another show at some point.
Yeah.
So that's kind of
Your
going to be how
chances.
everyone thinks. Like, wow, this is my whole career now with Disney. Like, also, I love the way he looks here.
Looks
Like,
like
you can tell he's like
Jeremy-
uneasy.
Yeah, he
It's
looks
like,
like
what are you really
Jeremy.
doing?
Looks like Jeremy Irons. It's not, but he looks like him.
I
you know?
think.
Oh
he's
yeah,
from,
he has that same eye shape.
He's in The Crown, I believe.
Oh really?
He's a good English actor. Yeah.
Big fan of English actors. Personally. Who's this? Clea?
No clue.
This is what revolution looks like.
It's Princess Leia.
Clea, Leia. real subtle.
No, I'm undercover. It's like, what's your name? Clea.
Clea Norgana.
You called her Leia. I thought you said her name was Clea.
She reminds me of. She says the same thing. He's like, that
You're
doesn't
like-
make any sense.
You're like, we're looking for this girl. Her name is Leia Organa. It's like, oh, I don't know who that is, but I did see someone named Clea Norgana walk that way.
Clea.
That's not helpful, you idiot. I asked for Leia.
It's like, God,
Organa.
she's not here, guys.
You haven't seen anything.
Gotta go to the next planet, guys. Doesn't seem like she's here. Just Clea Organa. It's like, wait, what did you just say?
Sir, that's obviously her. No, her name's Clea. Did you not hear?
Wait, question. Is this the same species as Maz? I straight up thought that was Maz at first sight.
I
in the
also
trailer.
didn't think Maz was a race. I thought, well, like in terms of like having
That's why I was
having
like,
them be like this.
is
I
Maz
thought
one of her own, or are there others that resemble her?
that, like,
Don't worry about it.
there's a shrine to Maz. Maz is a follower of this religion where you have to wear these on your eyes, and
When it comes to threes, cat.
Oh my! I'm waiting. I'm waiting now.
could we see Kira?
I think that I don't know, man. I'd
I
like
hope they
to see
save
her
her
at some
for
point.
Bad Batch season 2.
I just don't want her to get on a dragon and burn a bunch of innocents.
Oh
As long as she doesn't do that, I think
As
it'll be
long
okay.
as she doesn't hear any bells, she'll be okay.
Yeah, I think we'll be okay.
God, they did her so dirty. And Amelia Clark is wonderful, and they just completely tanked her character in that show. But we don't have to talk about that.
I'm hoping House of the Dragon, like, just clean slate. Like, I think this show is gonna be good, and I hope that I can just like.
I'm so excited, and I remember I was watching the trailer, and then the moment what's that instrument? The moment that instrument popped on, I'm like, this is gonna be the intro theme. If this isn't the intro theme, I owe you $50, Amanda. And she was like, okay. And I'm like, wait, why did I just fall into your money?
Now you have witnesses. Now you
but like it was so great. Like, I watched the trailer
is
over and over again for that
really
theme,
good.
and then the editing of that trailer is also very good.
Yes.
And it just makes me think like there's a lot of thinking, like there's actually thinking going on in Game of Thrones again, which we can only hope comes to fruition when we watch the show, because
soon.
I had my doubts about Kenobi and the way not that I wanted to turn out the way it did, but it turned out exactly as I predicted when they used the soundtrack in the trailer. Like, they're not going to use that shit.
as Count Dooku predicted.
They're not going to use that shit. But like, I was thinking, if this is Game of Thrones, though, this is HBO. This isn't Disney, which means it's probably going to be good, and I'm excited for it.
I really don't care about that show. Like,
House of the Dragon?
I don't care. Yeah.
Why?
Because Game of Thrones, like they have to win me back. Like I'm not gonna give them excitement when they completely like tore my heart out, stomped on it, and then
Finale did you that dirty? I don't know.
yeah.
Yeah, it was pretty bad.
I really don't care about Game of Thrones anymore. They have to win me back. So I'll watch it. I'll watch it, but my expectations aren't set high or anything.
Oh, okay.
I'm really excited. I mean, I know I knew nothing about any of the characters really, but hearing some of the familiar names and seeing the way it was like filmed and like the way the throne looks, and like just in general the fact that we're gonna have a shit ton of dragons and all the dragons have like their own unique kind of colors, and it's gonna be more of like a dragon centric story, and it's about like kind of the heart of like the Targaryen Empire, and like they're at power and they're not crazy, and there's like a wealth of, there's wealth in Westeros, and there's like peace, and then it's gonna slowly spiral out of control, seeing as it inevitably has to. I'm excited. I think it's going to be great, and I think it's something that we need badly. We need good television.
Fulcrum, it's a good question. I remember hearing Glover talk about it a couple months back, and he seemed pretty non-committal about it. I don't
think
know
it's going to happen.
I don't
remember
think so
I heard
either.
something like I think if it was going to happen, Donald would have just said that it's going to happen, and if it just means that they haven't even scheduled it yet. So
it felt like he was giving it the Rian Johnson trilogy treatment, where they like, oh yeah, like maybe, and then they just let's not talk about it. Let's not talk about it. Let's just brush it under the rug and pretend like it never happened. But if you ask me about it, I'm going to say it's still happening. I feel like you're giving it that treatment because Disney's like, or Lucasfilm or whatever, I feel like they view Solo as like their biggest failure, which is not true. I think it was a consequence of their biggest failure, which was The Last Jedi. But they've taken to like blaming Solo for all the problems of like the sequel trilogy.
Sad.
Yeah, Solo is a perfectly fine movie. I don't think it was great. I don't think it was terrible, but yeah, like they need to blame The Last Jedi and not Solo. So, but they don't do that. So that's why I think it's probably not happening. As much as I hate that.
And yes, Sal, you should see Game of Thrones, but just don't watch past
all 6 seasons of it.
Season 7 was
watch.
Season 7 was when I
was that when Jaime Lannister's entire platoon got fucking burnt.
Yeah, and it was when like Jon and his bros went beyond the wall, and there's like this ridiculous like none of us can die moment where they're waiting for Dany to show up on the dragon. It just like I feel like that's the season where it became the spectacle, and the clever like twists and politics.
Yeah, and like not knowing what's gonna happen is like now just replaced with just it's the brand. You're watching it for the brand, not for the story anymore.
Yeah, you're watching it for dragons and battles and big
fantasy. Yay.
Yeah, exactly.
Heroes never die.
I loved season 7 though because it was really great build up and setup when you learn some of the truths. Yeah, when the ending of that season like is still seared in my brain. I remember watching the finale of season 7 for the first time and just being like, this is what I've been waiting for. Like, this is why I've been watching this show. So I enjoy that season because of the hype that it created for me, like watching it going into the final season. 8 yeeks. Charlie, this is coming from Charlie, who doesn't say anything bad about anything.
Then 8 yeeks. I've never seen that used before.
8 was probably the worst season of television I've ever seen. And really? I don't say that lightly. Well, I don't watch a lot of bad TV, so it's like I have
standards.
Yeah, let me put my monocle on. Yeah, I'm very selective with what shows I do watch because I don't want to like spend my time watching something that I don't think I'll enjoy. But of all the TV shows I've ever seen, season 8 of Game of Thrones was the most disappointing, damaging season I've ever seen to a show. Like, it went from being this phenomenon, like in the running for like greatest show of all time, to suddenly nobody cared about it because of season 8, and it was like being on YouTube at that time was crazy. Like just seeing people like flaming it. It was
Like
cathartic.
imagine having like an entire like fan base and have everyone like love everything about, you know, what you've done and what you've created and how you've projected it into a film and TV adaptation, and then like making it terrible to the point to where everyone who is now loyal to you doesn't want to advertise your product to anyone ever again. It's like, holy shit, dude. Have you seen the table read?
No, I actually, yeah, I
the
have.
final season.
Yeah. Everyone was like, "Oh, I'm getting paid. Yes, this is good."
Oh,
Fuck.
no,
God damn it.
because I've actually recently watched, because I was watching House of the Dragon content. My YouTube algorithm was like, "Oh, you like Game of Thrones?" So all of this Game of Thrones stuff was popping up for me, and I was like, "All right, I'll like watch some." And I watched like BTS footage of all of the big actors, their final rap on set, and it was kind of relieving to see a lot of them still getting really like emotional, because a lot of them spent like a decade of their life on that show. So I don't know. I feel like I don't know. It hurts more when you know the cast maybe isn't as happy about it. But I feel
Yeah,
like
like hearing
still
Mark Hamill hated The
seeing
Last Jedi was pretty sad.
that was a rumor though, was it not? Or am I making that up?
I feel like based off of everything he's ever said, we can assume that he said he fundamentally disagreed with the portrayal of his character.
Oh, you've never seen any of those clips, Kat? There's like a lot of
I
interviews.
feel like I've
about
seen them,
the
but
way he
maybe I've
turned a blind eye.
there's a lot of people on Twitter who are like, that's not what he was saying. Like the people who will defend the sequels to the end, which there's nothing wrong with that at all. But there
Yeah.
are big sequel fans who I feel like I've seen try to shut that down on Twitter and make it seem like that was blown out of proportion, that Mark Hamill didn't like it. I don't know.
Starkiller, don't we all have ADHD? That's the real question. Nowadays, I feel like everyone has ADHD.
Do you want to explain the name though for people who? Because I get that question a lot. They're like, "Why is your channel named ADHD if you're nothing to do with ADHD?"
Well, so it's like, it's my second channel. It's our second channel. It's just my name, my initials, AD, which is my name, Alex Daniel, and then HD for high definition, not hyperactive disorder. So we'll clear that up now. I mean, it's kind of a play on words, the fact that it is like that, so that's why it was funny. My sister presented that idea to me like a long time ago, and I'm like, oh, that's kind of funny. I'll probably do that at some point. So I was like, I'll do that. And then now it is. And now Zach has to suffer the consequences of everyone asking him, oh, why the hell that's our channel name? I think it's funny though. I like it. Because you can have a big YouTube plaque when you hit 100K that says ADHD on it. Like the award for having the most hyperactive disorder of them all.
They refuse to give it to us because it's offensive or something.
Yeah, they're like, you have an underscore there, so it makes it okay. I think we'll be okay. I'm gonna play the volume just for a little bit. Can you guys hear it?
Yes.
Yeah.
I will not be made to choose between my brother and my daughter.
Rhaenyra's succession will be challenged. Knives will come out.
Don't you just love that theme? I love
It's
that music.
good. It's really good. And I do like that it's different, because the Game of Thrones soundtrack is phenomenal. The score is one of the highlights of that show that still carried through to the final season. So as much as I love that, and I originally was like, I hope they reuse the score, but like, I like that this is different. It still has that vibe, but it is a completely new theme and everything.
I don't know why. It's definitely not fair of me to have this criticism. All of the characters look like they're just cosplaying as characters from the actual Game of Thrones show. Like,
my god!
it looks like they're playing like I'm in a dress, like the lead.
I do get that vibe a little bit. I will agree with you.
The
on
lead
that.
Woman who I think becomes I read the book that it's kind of loosely based on, but I don't remember any of the names. But like the lead actress looks like she's like she's dressed up for Daenerys for Halloween or something. Like, to me, So, like,
I
That's
remember I
fair.
first watched it and I'm like, I don't like at first I was like, are they just trying to copy her character? Then I was also kind of like, I don't know if she fits the role. And then I was also like, the more and more I watched it, I'm like, okay, I need to watch it first. Because like I was like kind of like, eh. And then I watched
yeah.
it a couple of times and I was like, oh, okay, actually I have to watch it first now. But in other news, Amanda wants to see
Mhm.
the new place, okay?
Yeah, you
I have
guys
to
just have to come out and
well, we're
give you-
coming tomorrow, so we'll all hang out. We'll all hang out. How close to Hollywood are you guys? I don't remember. You're in. I don't want to
think
say where
I'm-
you are, but how close are you?
Without doxing ourselves,
Yeah.
Dude,
I
I
think
don't know.
I might be a little bit closer than Zach.
Okay. Zach's like 5 hours away.
No, he's definitely not.
Maybe
Pending
4.
He's like, I'm not
traffic.
actually in California anymore.
Anything can turn into 5 hours with this Los Angeles traffic. So,
God, yeah.
Gotcha. I mean, we'll be there a whole weekend, so we'll figure something out.
Yeah.
But-
So let's see. The only other bit of news that we've got is Oscar Isaac did say he was open to returning to Star Wars.
speaking of the sequels,
Speaking of the sequels, yeah.
He is
I'm
filming Moon Knight right now. So
Are they doing that? They're doing another season of that?
you're doing
it
season
got
2.
greenlit. I think. Yeah,
Yeah.
they kind of announced it, so I'm assuming it's official,
Cool.
which I'm
Good.
happy about.
Let's see. All right, I'm gonna share.
That surprises me though that he of all of the castmates came out and said that, because wasn't it him who said I will only ever do Star Wars if I need another house or something
Yeah,
like
he
that?
did say that. So his
So
quote
he's buying a new
is,
house.
I don't know. I'm open to anything. You never know. I have no real feeling one way or the other. I'm open to any good story. Time is the one thing that becomes challenging as you get older and kids and all that. Where do movies fit in? If there was a great story and a great director and Kathleen Kennedy came to me and was like, I have this great idea, then I'm so open to it. So I think he'd also be open to the copious amount of money that he'd be getting paid. But would you want to see him again? Would you want to see a movie with Poe Dameron appearing?
My favorite thing about the sequels when Force Awakens was out was I loved his character a lot, and then it just got progressively worse as the movies went on. But I thought in Force Awakens, if that was just the Poe that we got every time, I would have probably he probably would have been one of my favorite characters of the sequels. So I mean, I would love to see it. I know I actually already highlighted that. I was just hoping you would see it while you were reading, and it
I didn't see that. I'll say, admittedly,
Moon Knight.
only content I want revolving around sequels from here on out. I want to see post-sequel content.
Yeah.
I'm really interested in what happens after for some reason. I don't know. Like, I want to see post Rise of Skywalker storylines, even though supposedly there's no conflict anymore because First Order's gone. But I don't know.
What if this happened, Kat? So like Rey starts an academy, and she's got this nephew who betrays her, kills all of her students, and then like 5 years later, there's this thing called the Second Order, and they take out the New Republic, and then there's this big civil war where the insurgency fights the Second Order, and there's TIE fighters and X-Wings, and they copy pretty much every plot point from the original trilogy. And then at the end, Palpatine comes back again, and he's like, I discovered how to cheat death twice. Blah.
That was the greatest thing I've ever heard.
I came up with that on the spot.
I don't know how you did that. That's unlike anything I've ever heard before at all. It's not
Right?
like it copied anything. It was completely original. I love
Thanks,
it.
man.
I'll give you $100 million to make it. And then when we get fan backlash about it being a reboot, we won't understand it and we'll say it's a bigotry and they don't understand anything.
I think we should call everybody man babies.
Yes, let's do that. We'll
And
have
we
our
should,
director that we hire
Yeah.
call everyone man babies on Twitter. We're gonna pay them extra to do it. How does that sound?
I think that sounds really good, man.
Yeah,
And
I think we're onto something.
I think that we should bring back like Rey should barely be in the first movie, and then in the second movie, Rey is like completely given up, and
Oh
she-
my!
yeah,
I think she should move to like one of the first Jedi Temple areas or something.
Yeah.
like something that like is like an old relic. And then he kind of hides out the rest of his days. I just said he. She hides out the.
She gets a sex change. We can work with this.
We can work with this. This is where we're going here. But they abandon their X-wing into
you're definitely getting canceled.
The depths of whatever Jedi temple that it's on, and then from there, she denies any, or I just messed up again. Denies any connection to the Force, and then throws the lightsaber that her cousin that discovered her lightsaber comes with, and
this is
tries
great
to get her to to go back to the.
And then I think in the next movie after that, we just 180 from everything we set up, and
I think we need to bring back Obi-Wan. I think if he is able to be reincarnated through the Force as a zombie Jedi, and then we work with kind of what Resident Evil is kind of doing, even though Resident Evil kind of did really bad in box office and in ratings, we can still go with it. And then from there, we just recast.
Like, oh my God, JJ, tune into ADHD right now.
as if everyone knows what that is.
JJ, are you writing this down?
And then they find the wreckage of the first Death Star on Tatooine.
Yes. Yeah, the first Death Star this time. And there's like not a dagger, but there's like a butter knife, and it has like, would you use the butter knife? I don't even remember. I don't even remember what the knife was for. Was it for you like held it up and then it showed you the?
It had some text on it.
Yeah. Oh, I forgot there was a knife.
I don't even remember.
I forgot
what
there was
the
a dagger.
Does.
Yeah, it was the Sith Wayfinder.
Yeah, but it was
no, it wasn't.
They needed to decipher the text on the knife. The knife was the clue, I believe. That
it's
led.
Even worse. It's even worse than I remember. It's even worse than I remember.
MacGuffin.
That's why they had to reprogram 3PO because he could only translate it because I'm
taking
Sith.
One last look at my friends. It's like, dude, you haven't known these people for very long.
I think 3PO. We need Babu Frick to have his own spin-off where it's just Adventures of Babu.
I think
so
too.
Babu just repairs stuff.
I'd watch
10
it.
Hours.
I'd watch it too.
I would.
He just sits there like making noises for 10 hours.
Babu Frick is unironically the best part of the Rise of Skywalker.
Hey!
I think. Yes. And yes.
Yes, Fulcrum. Well. I think that's it. We gave Disney an outline of the sequel trilogy for free.
And so when they inevitably steal it and then give us no monetary compensation, we will for sure complain about it on YouTube because that's what we do.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, because everything that they've ever done, they've stolen from either Zach or I.
Yeah.
Or Kat. Kat even has some really awesome scripts. Like she wrote Solo. She wrote all sorts of other things. Everyone else has just stolen it all from me.
I'm the ghostwriter.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, anyone who's ever written anything for Star Wars has probably been us, but no one knows because we're in the shadows.
And we're all still broke, so.
Well, yeah.
Speaking for myself, at least.
Typical entertainment industry broke folk.
Broke folk.
You're either loaded or you're broke. That's what happens. But anyway, I think that's it. Thanks for those of you for stopping back in after this long hiatus. We will be back next week.
It'll be another
and then
84
I'll be gone
years.
And then I'll be in Hawaii the week after, actually. So never mind.
All right.
So it'll be the Cat
show
and Zach show. Yeah.
It'll be the C and Z.
Yeah.
The C and Z show.
The C and Z. That's a cool kid say.
A&E. C and Z.
Yeah, Kat and I are gonna renovate homes together. We're not actually gonna talk about Star Wars.
You just have someone holding like a really cheap iPhone on the stream, and you guys are just like, "This is a wall here.
We're gonna
break
this wall out."
This wall. You just walked into someone's house randomly, and they're like, "What are you doing here?" And it's like, "Oh, oh, we're gonna renovate this home. And they're like, no, you can't break that beam down. And then you just fucking knock that shit
We're
down. The whole foundation
YouTubers. We
collapses.
know what we're doing.
Yeah, the camera gets lost in the rubble. You guys barely get out, and then you talk about it later. We almost died in a home improvement show, not clickbait.
That escalated really quickly.
Yeah.
You will
Literally.
be shocked. Homeowners
Not-
cried.
Not clickbait.
Homeowners cried.
Zach and Kat destroy the housing market. Not clickbait. You will be
The real
homeless.
reason behind China's housing crisis. it's really been Kat and Zach renovating homes in China, and they've just been destroying all of them. That's the real
We
reason.
title the video. We have to talk, and it's just us like teary-eyed.
We've been lying to you all.
Yeah.
We're like, guys, we're like hiding from the Chinese government right now. They don't think it. They think it's like, just like a the economy and like, people putting down payments on houses that don't exist. But really, we've just been destroying all the houses. But they don't know that yet. We're trying to find a way off. Please help us by liking that our video and subscribing down below.
Please like, subscribe,
And leave
share,
a
and
comment
help
for what
us
you want to
launch.
see next. Yeah.
Turn that like button into Alderon.
Like we will die.
Oh my God, Zach! Oh, Zach with the zingers today.
Dude, I'm like cracking tonight.
He's on crack.
I'm
All right.
literally on crack right now.
For real.
On that note,
Goodbye, everyone, and may the force be with you.
bye, friends.